Hello, my name is Dan Johnson, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the brand new collection box set, and that is the long-awaited Season 13. This is a very big season to be added to the collection. I think this may be one of the most popular and something that people have been asking for a really long time. This features, of course, Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen and Ian Marter, but I think he leaves in Planet of Evil. I have seen 3 of the 6 stories within this set, which is, for me, a bit of a record of how many I've seen before the collection box set has been released. So let's take a look at the front cover. We have Tom Baker in his outfit from Terror of the Zygons. We have a lovely background image that has such a striking purple colour to it. I really like the microscopic angle with this one. I'm not sure what episode it's from, but I love the structure. It's almost like a cell. In the centre we have our monsters. We have Sutekh, of course, from Pyramids of Mars. We have a Crinoid from the Seeds of Doom. We have the monster, or a monster, from the Android Invasion, as well as a sort of orb-like monster from Planet of Evil, I believe, the story I've not actually seen. Then we have Terror of the Zygon, so of course we have a Zygon. We have the Brain of Morbius. We have the Morbius monster, which is like a Frankenstein-esque tale. I've not seen it in a really long time, so I don't count myself as knowing what the story's about. So I'm looking forward to watching that one. And of course we have another thing from Pyramids of Mars, and that is one of the mummies. A funny thing I've noticed about this set is that the image from the front and back bleed into the spine a little bit. I don't think it would be noticeable, but it's funny that you can just see a slight shimmer of purple appearing in the spine. On the back we have our episode titles, so Terror of the Zygons, Planet of Evil, Pyramids of Mars, The Android Invasion, The Brain of Morbius, and The Seeds of Doom, all 26 episodes restored to Blu-ray, including extra material such as Behind the Sofa, which is a staple of this range, brand new documentaries including Behind the Scenes. I'm really looking forward to watching the Graham Harper In Conversation. I think that would be really interesting, and a tribute documentary about Ian Marter as well will be a interesting treat to watch. We have Tales of the TARDIS, which came out last year to coincide with the return of Sutekh to the show itself. So we have Pyramids of Mars cut down and with a linking scene either side from Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson. We have omnibus editions that I'm quite looking forward to getting into. We have Pyramids of Mars, The Brain of Morbius, and The Seeds of Doom for them. They're going to be interesting treats. We have 5.1 surround sound, which doesn't really apply to me on my little sound system. We have new audio commentaries, some of which feature Tom Baker, and there is a lot more. I love going through and discovering little treats that may not necessarily be on the packaging itself. At the bottom we have our technical information, so I shall hover on that now. At which point I'm going to take the slip cover off and take a look at the artwork on the front in full, and we have our back artwork, which is really lovely. It is from Planet of Evil. Normally we get an image of the TARDIS floating through a vortex, but for this one we have a very bright, very vibrant alien landscape with Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen crouched down on this alien world. Once we open it up, on the left we have an image from Pyramids of Mars with the multiple sarcophaguses, or sarcophagi, I guess, and we have a tiny glimpse at one of the mummies trying to hide in the shadows just at the side of the TARDIS. Of course, Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen are standing there. Opening that up, we have this lovely image by Lee Biding of the Seeds of Doom, with the Doctor and Sarah being covered in vegetation. Opening that up once more, we are treated to the production notes as well as a book of products. Let's see what they've got at the minute. We have more Doctor Who comics, Lost in Time, Doctor Who audiobooks, a book of artwork from Doctor Who, which is quite cool, Dalek Awakens, more books, and Doctor Who magazine once again, as well as some pin badges and stuff like that relating to the era that we are near. So we have like a Morbius badge, for example. There's a few from season 7 as well, with the Ambassadors of Death, and there's a Caldor robot down at the bottom. That would be a really cool one to have. I'd like to have that one. Once you remove everything, we have a very spacious looking TARDIS image, this time with Sutekh's head appearing as he does at the start of Pyramids of Mars. And then we have our production booklet. So in this we have all of our contents for the entire set. It's a lovely little booklet to read through. It contains a lot of little pieces of artwork, such as this here for Planet of Evil. Lots of interesting details as well. Talks about reception, target novelizations. There's a lovely one for the Brain of Morbius, as well as for the Seeds of Doom. A nice little detail that I noticed is that we have the Morbius doctors on the back instead of Tom Baker himself, which is a really nice little detail. On the right, we have our 8 discs. So let's start going through them now. We have disc 1, which is Terror of the Zygons, with Tom Baker looking very surprised there. We have disc 2, which is Planet of Evil. Disc 3, which is Pyramids of Mars. We have a second disc for Pyramids of Mars with Starman, I think it is. I think it's Marcus Starman or Scarman from Pyramids of Mars with Tom Baker there. Towards the end of that story. Then we have an image from the Android Invasion, which is what I'm really looking forward to getting into because it does look kind of bonkers. There's some really weird costumes and stuff going on in that story. Then we have disc 6, which is the brain of Morbius. Disc 7, which is the Seeds of Doom with a Crinoid and Sarah Jane in that lovely coat. And then we have disc 8, which is the Seeds of Doom again, but is also our bonus disc. And so that is the collection box set for season 13. Once again, I'm looking forward to going through this over the next 6 months or so before the next one is released. I only just finished the season 7 one. It was honestly just a few weeks before this was due to be released, before it got pushed back, that I actually finished it. There is so much stuff in these sets. They've gone up in price quite a lot recently. I think that they started off at 40 and now they're 55, but I think they're worth it because for me, I get like 6 months of entertainment from these things. And of course, then I go back and I may watch an episode out of sequence years down the line. At the end of these videos, I do like to predict what I think might be next. Last time I was completely wrong. I think I went with season 21, and I'd like to go with season 21 once again because it's definitely on the cards. It's definitely coming. I can't wait to finish off Peter Davison's era because that gap is starting to annoy me, and it will finish off the 80s Doctor Who as well, so that would be lovely. But of course, I'd really also like a Patrick Troughton or William Hartnell set as well. I think they would be great additions. I'd love to see them starting to come through as well, because I don't want to get into a place where all we're getting is the same Doctor. You know, I don't want it to be that we just have William Hartnell left, so we have like 4 releases that are all William Hartnell right at the end. I don't really want something like that, so I'm happy for them to spread them out a little bit, but I do want season 21 quickly, please. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe. If you're new, I've done collection box set unboxings for quite a few years now. You can see the other videos that I've done about them in a playlist that I shall put in a card somewhere during this video. If you're interested in Big Finish, I also review a lot of that. And of course, I did a unboxing of the most recent Steelbook, which was season 2, you know, Ncuti Gatwa's final season. I've done a review of that as well, so you can check that out. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.